everybody to turning 50. This is a response video to the new 80s revolution. And he did a video the other day, and I thought, we got so much stuff in common. Why not do a video response to that? Because I haven't done one in a long time. I think he said he was born in 76. And he turns 50 in May, I think. Anyway, the video, I'm going to put a link in the bottom to his video if you want to go check it out. He's a pretty cool guy. Recently seen him a figure chase up there of Muda, and where he lives up, I think somewhere in New York, or maybe New Jersey, one or the other. He's a comical guy, and there's things that we got in common big time, man. One thing in common, today is November, I think the 3rd. Time I put this up, it'll be the 4th. And December 7th of this year, I will be turning 50. I was born in 75 and got to experience all of the 80s from 80 to 89, and I think I always tell people the best time, I think, to experience all the 80s was born in between 73, 74, and 75, 76, and 77. Because, you know, once you don't really start remembering stuff till, you know, maybe 5 or 6. And I do remember stuff when I was 5 and 6. But, yeah, turning 50. I remember years ago one time counting up the years and when I turned 50. I really do remember doing that, and I'm like, wow, 2025. And this was like in the late 80s, early 90s, and I couldn't imagine 2025. Been through a lot in these 50 years. It's half a century. I remember when I was turning 20. You're not a teenager no more. Turning 30, I was like, oh my God, people think I'm starting to go over the hill. Turning 40, man. Now turning 50. And I don't feel 50, at least in my mind. Now, he also said that he was the kids that grew up in the 80s, you know, mostly a big part of the 80s. The Gen X people mainly are turning 50 either this year or next year, most of them. And he said that we're not the same as our grandparents were in the 80s. We are the first generation that probably are collecting something, movies, toys, all kinds of different things. And we do, because so much has started in the 80s and came to now. It's more nostalgic now to go back and buy that stuff from the 80s, whether it be movies or whether it be toys and stuff like that. Got my dog Beans. It's just a tripod Beans. Anyway, she don't want to get on camera probably. But yeah, we're not like the grandparents of back then. And I remember my grandparents they passed away in their 60s. And yeah, before them, you know, before the 80s, a lot of you didn't see people like collecting stuff like that, you know. She's funny, sniffing the big tripod. But so we're different now. We don't seem as old. We might not look as old. There is people that I work with that told me that I look like I was in my 30s. I don't know if they're just trying to be nice, but that made me feel good. Now my body does ache, and I do have some pains every once in a while, and I do take medication now. Some of that's my own fault. Some of it, you know, weight problems. Had my knees going, and I'm losing a little bit of weight, and blood pressure probably, yeah, that's probably my fault too, from eating certain things and stuff, and just living a little bit careless over the years, like a kid. because I also call myself a one big kid. And even though I'm turning 50, I don't feel like I'm turning 50 next month. What you smelling, babeens? You want to come up here with me? Come on. Come here. He's a babeens. He's in the video. Say hi. Babeens. We say her name Babeens because her name's so cool it bounces. This is my baby. Yes, it is. Daddy's turning 50. You believe that, Babeens? Say in February I turn 4. Yeah. Okay. You can get down and sniff. Oh, but turning 50. I remember a few years ago, my wife, Rhonda, she's a little bit older than me. She's 5 years older than me. When she turned 50, it was in 2020. She was really irritated because it was March and it was, I think, a week after COVID hit and everything started shutting down. She couldn't really celebrate. We didn't even go out to eat because a lot of places weren't taking so many people to eat and stuff because of COVID and everything. We didn't know. It seemed like the world was about to end or something. It was like, you know, we don't want to get sick. People are dying. We didn't know. It took me over 2 years to catch that stuff, but I finally did catch it and recovered from it. So that was good. She did too. She got it from me. 80s revolution, new 80s revolution said about, talking about seeing a younger woman like in her 20s or something thinking he could still keep up with her. He said, yeah, you know what I mean. But then she would turn around and look at you like you're my grandpa's age, or you could be my dad's age or whatever. You don't think about that when you get older. And then when you were younger, you think about old men looking at young women that they're perverts and stuff. And then you get to that age and you're like, I can't do that no more. So I found me an older woman. She's a few years older than me. And then Babeens. Still petting on me. Or I'm petting on her, petting on me. She might pet me, won't she? She's always up my butt. She is sniffing around and everything in her mama's office here. But, you know, recent years, I've had to wear these now every once in a while to see close up. And I thought, you know, about 2 years ago, I went to the doctor and I thought I was losing my eyesight. And I was like, man, I've always had 20/20 perfect vision. I was doing good and I didn't have to need glasses. So I went to the doctor, didn't I, Baines? Yes, I did. And they told me I had good eyesight. I just needed some readers to read up close. But I could see real good far away. You want to see yourself in the camera? You're not looking? No. She's my little chubby girl. Yes, she is. There she is. Look at her. The Babeens. But, yeah, Rhonda might get up here in a minute. She's in there in the bed, and she'll probably get up and go smoke, and she'll be coming in here for a minute. Got to see my boy today. Made me realize how old I am, because he's, what, 23 now, I think. My daughter is 28. She just recently got married, and I am turning 50 this year. At the end of the year, it's crazy. Turning 50. And I collect toys and stuff. And movies. Not as much as I used to, movie-wise. But I'm a big toy collector. If you watch my videos, you know this. There's no secret. First thing I go to when I go into the stores like Walmart and stuff, I like to go to the toy section. Look around, see what they got. Even though a lot of toys are crap now, not like the 80s stuff. But they do redo stuff from the 80s, don't they, Baines? They redo stuff. And it just ain't as good. It seems like everything comes back around, don't it? Everything good comes back around from the 80s. But soon, in 2030, 5 more years from now, 1980 will be 50 years. And if I make it, I'll be 55 by then. So the 80s will be over 50 years old. That's crazy. Ain't that crazy baboons? Yeah. Oh, babies. Stuck to me like glue last night. I can't believe she's wanting me to pick her up and put her on the video. You don't know you're on the video, do you? Mm-hmm. This dog don't hardly ever bark. She runs when the doorbell rings. Or we don't even have a doorbell. When somebody knocks on the door. Whoa, there she goes, jumping down now. 50. Turning 50. Can you believe it? So then you got to think, how long you got left to collect the stuff? I mean, can you see yourself 60 and still collecting these toys and stuff? When is enough? Because, you know, we're going to be moving here soon. I'm getting a bigger man cave. That means more space. That means more shit. When am I going to be able to just turn around and say, I need to maybe sell some stuff? Maybe. It's hard for me to sell, though. I love collecting stuff. I love buying stuff. I don't know why. It's just something with us 80s kids. There's a lot of us like this. Most of the people that I talk to at work now or go places with and do things with, if they are around my age, they are a collector. Tony's one of them. He's a few years older than me. He's a buddy of mine. Otherwise, they're younger. I seem to get along better with younger people, maybe in their late 20s, early 30s, sometimes mid 30s, because I have a different kind of sense of humor, I guess. I don't know. I like to joke and I like to act stupid because I'm a big kid, and most people around my age, they like to go hunting, they like to go fishing, they like to do this and that. Some people can do it and they can collect too, and I've known some people that do that too, but I don't. I'm 100% hardcore collector, baby. Somebody asked me once, what do you like besides going to flea markets and toy shows and antique stores and just buying stuff and collecting stuff? I had to think a minute because I don't really do a whole lot else. I watch movies. I like movies. That was one of my pickup lines with Rhonda when we started dating. I told her I like movies, and she's like, oh, I like movies too, but she didn't get the I like movies like I really like movies and I buy movies and collect movies like this. She always jokes with me about that pickup line. She said, you tell them your pickup line? And I was like, but anyway, turning 50 is, it's just a number, I guess, but, you know, in more and more years goes by, like I said, with more and more stuff, this is the last move that we're going to make. I guarantee you. In case something crazy happens up there in Indiana, when I get up that way, I don't want to move no more. I've moved so much in my life, and a lot of it's been documented on YouTube, different places I've moved and stuff. Sometimes my fault, sometimes not my fault, moving here and there, relationships going bad, stuff like that, you know. But got me a woman, build a team. It took me a long time to find one like her, and you know, we get along pretty good. She's 55 and I'm about to turn 50. Still, I'm always going to be younger. I always remind her of that. Babines, you're going to be the youngest. Babines turning 4. Remember Babines on February the 4th. She'll be 4 years old next year. So here's to, I don't know, I doubt 50 more. I don't see myself living to be 100. A lot of people in my family pass away in their 60s and early 70s. So I'm looking at a 15-year stretch now. So maybe I'll be one of them old guys sitting at the flea market selling off all my stuff and telling stories about it. I remember when I got these and this and that and all that cool stuff. But until then, I'm still, as long as I'm healthy and stuff, and I'm still getting around, I'm still working, probably going to still collect because I like stuff. I don't know. Just one of them things. And I married a collector too. She's not as hardcore as me. She collects salt and pepper shakers. She's got over 500. But Summertime is when I get the most. Flea markets, yard sales, stuff like that. Been going to a lot of toy shows this year. Next year, I definitely want to go more when I turn 50. So, if you're turning 50, if you're a Gen X kid in that era, born in the 70s and raised in the 80s, and remember all the stuff that we talk about on here, most of the people that watch me probably are from that era. If you're younger and you don't understand it, I always tell people you had to be there. And it's the world that I grew up in no longer exists. It really doesn't. It's so much different now, but we still don't have freaking flying cars. Well, at least that I know of here in America. This is MovieJohn, and December 7th, 2025, I'm turning 50. And I always say this: if God willing and the creek don't rise. Till next time. You like that one? I brought that one back.